And good morning. Good Saturday morning. Glad to have you with us on Sports Talk. Beautiful, beautiful sunshine outside. If you're into sun and heat, it is a great day for you. 93 today. Expected. Says
That's
70,
just the beginning.
70. I'm sorry. For some reason, I'm on Orlando, Florida. But I got a feeling it's not going to be much different.
Not much difference.
No,
here.
it's not. It's 93 today.
Yeah.
Exactly. 93. 73 right now and clear and sunny. And I don't know if you've looked for next week yet. 2 days of 97.
Ouch.
Yeah. Coming up, starting on Sunday, 95, then 97, 97, 94 with a chance of rain, 87 on Thursday.
Ooh.
And I can't believe that this one's right, but next Friday, a high of 79.
Oh,
Yeah.
well.
Now, it'll probably be the muggiest day of the year, which makes it feel worse. But, hey, we're chugging along, right? We got June behind us.
July almost to the middle of.
Yeah, halfway, and only got 2 more months of this, hopefully, before we feel some fall-like temperatures. Maybe by October 1st, if we're lucky to feel some. I just glanced at some of the headlines this morning on the Sports Wire, on the ESPN. One thing I noticed as I went to sleep last night, the last thing I did was check baseball scores, and you can tell by what I'm going to tell you. I went to sleep fairly early. But the Dodgers, Brett, came from behind to win because I saw they were behind Detroit late in the game, and they wound up winning 4-3. You know any details of the comeback? Was it they were on the road?
I knew they scored in the ninth to go ahead. It looks like they got 1 in the 8th and 1 in the ninth.
Okay.
Ohtani, RBI double in the ninth to give them the lead.
One thing that I don't know that I have ever seen in my life is the Dodgers playing the Tigers.
It's a weird matchup.
It is. The Tigers. I mean, they haven't done a whole lot in the last 20 years, but they have a really strong history of World Series appearances and championships and things like that. But just to see the Dodgers, and you see that every now and then in these, especially if I watch Boston enough that I'm used to seeing them play everybody. But when I see that the Dodgers are playing in Tiger Stadium, it just kind of, or whatever the name of that stadium is now, it just kind of gives me an odd feeling that
You mean it's no longer Chavez Ravine?
Tiger Stadium's never been.
I thought you said Dodger Stadium. Sorry.
Comerica Park.
Yeah, Comerica. That's right, Comerica, and it's been Comerica quite a while. When I was up there in 2005, I think it was. It was Comerica Park at that time. Beautiful ballpark.
Yeah. I went there. I was there back in the 70s at some point to see a game.
The old Tiger Stadium.
Yeah.
That
the
would
old
have been
downtown, baby.
Yeah. Well,
in the jungle.
Well, they're all downtown. Their stadiums are downtown. Ford Field and Tiger Stadium, Comerica Park, are right across the street from each other.
Yeah.
That was funny because they put the Pistons up in Auburn Hills. Is that not where it was for a while? They're back now, though, right?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not either.
Might be. I don't know.
100% sure either. But
they're barely still in the NBA.
Lenny says Comerica Park. Exactly right.
And what was their old football stadium? It was a
Pontiac Silverdome.
Silverdome, that's right.
Pontiac Silverdome.
Yeah, it was in Pontiac, Michigan, another suburb there. But Ford Field.
Yeah, Silverdome's what I was trying to think of.
One of the nicer. Seattle's was the King Dome. You know why it was the King Dome?
In King County?
Yeah, Seattle's in King County. I don't know. The domes are, thank goodness, the old style domes are a thing of the past. I don't think anybody plays in those ugly things anymore. At least today, they're state-of-the-art stadiums. I mean, look at Minnesota's, all the glass. That's in
glass
that thing.
everywhere.
The football stadium. But
was it Minnesota's that
collapsed
from the snow?
Yep. On game day, wasn't it? Or the day before?
I know it was during the NFL season because they had to move games.
They played at Detroit.
Move home games.
I think they played a home game
right.
at Detroit is what they did. Yeah, it was so many cameras in the world today. They caught the live footage of the collapse. What was that one called? Metrodome?
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
Metrodome.
Metrodome.
Yeah.
Had to have dome.
Yeah, there was the Astrodome, the Superdome.
Or was the Superdome?
New Orleans, right?
New Orleans, that's right.
Oh,
Still
yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Still is.
Maybe still is.
The Mercedes. Now it's the Mercedes.
That's
that
right.
thing has some
Benz
history.
Superdome.
Yes, it does.
The
Well,
Superdome.
they keep
Improving it.
upgrading and upgrading. But
I'll never forget when it was a refuge for people
yes,
in the aftermath of the hurricane.
yeah.
And it was damaged then, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Hurricane
Yeah, it
Katrina.
suffered damage.
They had to
Yeah, it was.
do a lot of work to get it back.
Yeah. Other than Fenway, I know that's everybody's favorite park in the
yeah.
world.
Of course.
What are some of you? That's a good question. Good topic for today. What are some of your top stadiums, whether it be NFL or Major League Baseball or something
I love the
else?
one with the splash pad, formerly AT&T on the bay of San Francisco.
Well, you would.
Yeah.
That's
What's
just
it called now? I don't even. Yeah.
It's all corporate now.
I know.
I mean, everything's corporate.
Yeah.
So, wasn't it AT&T at one time?
Mhm.
That's what he said.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
that's what-
yeah.
That's
know
what
they
I was
got-
still thinking it was, but
I
it,
They got
don't
big
think
Coke
Is it a-
bottles
is
in
it
the
a bank?
outfield.
Is
like
it a
that's
bank
a sponsor.
now?
It's
A
a
bank
bank
sponsor?
now, but I can't
Is
think
it?
of the bank.
Yeah. Imagine that. It's a bank.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to remember. The Coke must be a big sponsor because they got those giant Coke bottles
Yeah.
That's true.
out in the outfield that haven't
Well, if
gone
I-
away. Been there since it opened.
Mm-hmm.
The
Yep.
ones I would like to see a game where I've never seen one. Fenway would probably be at the top of the list, and then Wrigley. But
San Francisco.
San Francisco and San Diego
good.
would both be
Yeah.
good. San Diego's got a neat
San
one.
Diego looks like it's in the middle of a neighborhood
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
now. I don't know when that happened.
I'd like to go there, but I don't like those uniforms.
I can't read Monty's text here. It doesn't make any sense. Oh, of course, home of the 27-time world champion. Now, they're still leaning on that 27 times, although they've won one this entire millennium. And a millennium's 1,000 years,
Yeah,
right?
that's right.
And the Yankees have won one, and that was 2001. Is that right? Am I right?
I think it's 09.
It's been so long. It's kind of like the Cowboys, the Yankees, Cowboys.
They must have won.
Haven't been that long, though.
They must have won
They
two.
did. You're right. They did. They did
They
win
won
one.
it in 09.
They did. Yep. I think they had three in a row. 98 or 99, 2000 and 2001 maybe, or 90. There was three in a row, and then they have won one since. Unlike the Red Sox, who do have four in this millennium. The only team, Mike's Giants, I think, are right there with three
We got three.
in this
10,
millennium.
12, and 14. baby.
Monty, I'm using it while I can.
Will there ever be another? I doubt it.
Another what? Giants world champion? Yes, there will be
Someday.
another. Yeah.
Someday.
Yeah. Now, if you might Marlins, you might could say, will there ever be another?
Mhm.
Believe it or not, they've won two.
I know.
They have won two world championships. Yeah, if the world lasts long enough, everybody will win one, I guess.
Yeah.
Even the Cleveland Browns might win
Mm.
if it lasts long enough. And I wish George was tuned in this morning
Yeah, the Yankees were
Positive.
It
in
might be.
98, 99, and 2000.
in 2000.
And then 09.
And 2000 is actually not considered the new millennium, right? That's the end of the old one.
Mm-hmm.
So 2001 would be starting. So they have just won one
Yeah.
and not in the decade, not in the century, but in the millennium. One championship. Are they getting one this year, Monty? Are they going to recover from this quagmire that they're stuck in?
Now, they lost it in 01 and 03. But then 09 is the only time since then that they've been there.
01 and 03. So who beat them in those?
01, Arizona beat them.
I remember that one.
And 03 was the Marlins.
Wow. Who would have thought? Just think about that, how that sounds today.
Yeah.
That the Marlins beat the Yankees in a World Series.
Can you name the Marlins managers from their two World Series?
So it was two different guys.
Yeah, 97 and 03 were the ones they won.
What if I give you an absolutely not?
One of them's very that you know pretty well.
Right.
He's managed a long time. The other one,
I bet Lenny could get those.
I don't remember much about.
Okay, Monty said he don't think so, talking about can the Yankees get it done this season. He says, I don't think so. Hopefully the ruckus at the end of the game last night will set a fire under their butts. I don't know anything about the ruckus. I have to read up on who were they playing?
Baltimore, a bench clearing
and it was
incident.
Between the two. Well, the Yankees won that game 4-1. Yeah, I'll have to get some details on that. Lenny says San Francisco used to be the Pac-Bell Park when it first opened. That's a park I would like to visit. You know, I would love to have went to Candlestick and seen a game at Candlestick Park.
Yeah.
Football or baseball. But
Oracle is what it is now.
Oracle
Park.
That's right. I should have known that. I can tell you why here in a little bit. But Candlestick, you know, there was a question asked, or somebody made a statement one year, said the worst winter that I ever spent in my life was summer in San Francisco.
Yeah.
That, you know, that's when it's its coldest, is during baseball
not
season.
right now.
It's frying like the rest of
the.
the.
Had 11 deaths so far in SF.
Oh, really?
From the heat. They're not used to it.
Mm-mm.
Probably a lot
and
of
they got
homes
a big,
without air conditioning.
Yeah, they got a huge homeless population as well. So, yeah, no air conditioning.
Don Revel says New Orleans is now the Caesars Dome. He said Mercedes-Benz Superdome much classier in his opinion.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Caesars Dome. We're going back to the time of Caesar.
Well, come gamble.
Yeah,
it's the Caesars. I'm guessing it's
Caesar's
the
Palace kind of thing.
Yes, not
this
not
does
Julius.
Say, last night in San Francisco, they had a home game. Temperature was 60 degrees with 15-mile-an-hour wind. So that's more like their.
Also, sometimes in this time of year, it used to be in the 40s.
Yeah,
game time and stuff like that. But maybe the global warming is caught up with San Francisco as well. Got a couple things coming in. Rodney Willis says Fenway is one of my favorite parks. I really like the patch quilt-like aesthetic of the facility, and that within the park, and it still holds the history of adding sections that are little off, OLF in quotation marks, and not exactly symmetrical. That's what makes it unique. Is not that's an understatement. Not exactly symmetrical, especially with that coffin corner out there in right center and the big wall in left.
Yeah, a lot of unique things about Fenway, especially in the outfield.
Oh, here's one.
You can't even tell it's a ballpark.
Out in right field, the wall's really low.
What, Mike?
Yeah, here's a weather thing from Link Polly. Oh, now I can't find it. I'm sorry. I'll come back.
I'm going to finish Rodney's.
Yeah, go ahead.
It says it reminds me of my great-grandparents' old home place where they added on rooms as the family grew. That's kind of what it's done. Jason has guessed the managers, and I'm guessing he either looked it up or he knew it because it looks like he's right on target here. In '97, Jim Leland was the winner with the D-backs.
No,
Marlins, okay. And in '03, Jack McKeon.
Yep, that's right.
Yep, were the managers of the two Marlins World Series championships. Yeah. Arizona. Did you ask that too? Who was their manager?
No.
Okay. I was wondering who it was. Lenny also says
Bob
one
Brinley.
is Jim Leland, and I'm guessing the other is Jack McKeon. So kudos to those guys for knowing that. Leland, been around.
Yeah.
Great manager. Just a great manager. Wherever he went. My favorite thing of my favorite photo of Leland, though, is seeing him burn one in the dugout. Always, I think in the later days they wouldn't let him do that, but as long as he was allowed, he would between innings he might light him up a cigarette. in the dugout. It takes me back to what was the quarterback for the Chiefs back in the day.
Lynn Dawson.
Lynn Dawson sitting on the bucket on the sideline, smoking a cigarette till it's time to go back in.
Yeah.
Could you imagine the backlash today?
Oh, boy.
If you saw that in any sport, that's for sure. We'll get into baseball scores here in a little bit. And there is a headline here that says, a couple things. One says Yankees-Orioles bench is clear.
Yeah. Did you see the shot in the head, though?
Kerstad? Is that the right? Am I saying that
was
right?
Scary.
Kerstad hitting the helmet. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, it was scary.
From what? A shot in a fist, a ball, a bat?
A ball. Pitch ball. Yeah.
Okay. So during the game, not somebody just got
mad.
No,
during the game.
Part of the game.
Now, something like that may have happened during the brawl, but it wasn't that bad. I mean,
yeah.
Even the bullpens cleared on that one. So bullpens running in to the melee.
Roger says in the 70s, went to San Francisco to see the Giants at Candlestick, but they were playing away. Rode over to Oakland and saw the A's play the Red Sox one night. The Yankees, and the next night, I guess, was the Yankees. The A's were really good in 1972. Is that not when they three-peated somewhere in that? They won three in a row. Right in that, that was your
72 to 74.
Joe Rudy, Bert Campaneris, Sal Bando. Just trying to name a few off the top of my head on that team.
Here's some unusual weather.
Gene Tennis. Remember Gene Tennis?
Oh, yeah, Gene Tennis.
Catcher. What was you saying?
Link Polly. I like to froze when I'm attending a game at Candlestick in June 74. Inland it was 90, and San Francisco it was 55.
Love it.
So, yeah.
Maybe we should all get a tour up and go to San Francisco in July or August.
Yeah. Get a tour boat out to Alcatraz. It'll be pretty chilly out there.
Yeah, even on the hottest day.
Yep.
Let's see. You got Trader Jack McKeon, Lenny says, is a native of North Carolina. He's from Burlington.
Oh.
From Burlington, North Carolina. Is Jack McKeon. I did not know that. I don't know why. Maybe I have heard that.
I don't even remember him.
Do you not? I remember the name. I cannot picture the face, if that's what you mean. I do know the name. I do know the name Jack McKeon, but I cannot picture the face right off the bat. But
this says he lives in Elon, North Carolina.
Well, that's Burlington, basically. That's back home.
And he's 93.
Has he got his picture?
Yep.
Okay, I might have to look that up here. Don't want to get off track right now. Some of these headlines today.
He's got his picture from 1983, and he already looked like he was in his 60s.
Well, you said how old is he now?
93.
Yeah, he was. Golly, why can I not picture Jack McKeon? I know the name, but I can't picture it. Now, Jim Leland got the picture, right here in front of me. How many teams did Leland manage back in the day? Cause
bunch.
All of them.
I know all of them. I'm pretty sure it's Detroit and Pittsburgh.
Well, we said the Marlins.
And the Marlins he won with. I think
run for hire.
I think Lenny's talking about McKeon here. He says spent more time as a GM than a field manager. So that might be one of the reasons.
Leland. The only other one Leland managed was the Rockies, and that was just for 1 year.
Okay, so say I'm again the Marlins.
Yeah, the Pirates, Marlins, Rockies, and Tigers.
Rockies and Tigers. Has it got his record all time as a manager?
He coached, let's see, 3,497 games.
I'm going to say he won 3,400. He won 1,850.
1769.
Wow, good guess.
Wow,
41 games over 500.
Well, at least he finished above 500.
I was giving him a little more credit.
Yeah.
You notice there, though, he was never with a powerhouse franchise that spent a lot of money.
Yeah.
You notice that?
That's right.
I mean, Detroit don't.
Pittsburgh, obviously.
Pittsburgh definitely don't. Yeah. I heard him. Okay.
In Detroit, he got lucky and had Verlander and Scherzer
that doesn't
at
hurt.
the same time, and they were. I'm guessing just drafted by Detroit or traded. Maybe they traded for him real early before they were stars. But so yeah, it wasn't like Detroit went out and signed both of those guys.
Lenny says Leland is headed to the Hall of Fame going in this year.
Is he?
Yeah, and obviously well deserved. If there was two managers, I would like to hang. I got two of them. If there's two managers, I'd like to be able to spend some time with and listen to their baseball knowledge. Jim Leland would be one. Do you know who the other one would be?
Well, I'm trying to think of a personality.
Yeah.
Pete Rose.
Well, that'd be okay, but no, not really. More recent. Terrific manager, terrific baseball mind, in my opinion. And it would be great just to hang out with him for a couple of days.
He's now deceased.
Dusty
right,
Baker?
obviously.
Not Dusty. Great guess. And Monty's got a good one here, too, Joe Torre. Who I would, but he would
Tony La Russa.
He'd be third on down the list. Zimmerman's guessed by Monty on down the list. This guy had pretty good success with two teams. I'm not sure if he won a World Series. I should know that, but I'm not sure if he did. And
Terry Francona.
He might even still be in baseball. Francona's good too. I mean, he's just steady. Look what the Indians are doing right now. Well, the Indians aren't doing anything.
Oh, is he still with them?
Is he not? I don't know. Maybe he's gone.
Maybe
the Guardians.
He might be. I don't know.
I was thinking he was, but he's a terrific manager. But you guys are leaving off one that the guy might have been the manager of a franchise who hadn't won it in 100 years.
Joe Madden.
Yep.
Yeah, I always did.
Joe Madden is the guy I would like to hang out with.
Yep.
Some of the interviews I've seen with him on different shows, he's not only just a great personality and a cut-up and stuff like that, but his baseball knowledge and the way he approaches
and he did win it with the Cubs.
Yeah.
He beat Terry Francona and the Indians.
Yeah. And there's no doubt if I was going to hang out with a GM, it'd have to be Theo Epstein, who led the Red Sox and the Cubs to world championships after 100-year droughts. Now that nobody's going to have that on their resume ever again, most likely.
Who is he with now?
He's back with Boston as a senior advisor.
Okay.
It looks like this is Cleveland's first year without Francona.
So who in the world's got him playing this well? Lenny's about to tell me here, I bet you.
Stephen Vogt, V-O-G-T. Vogt.
This must be a Madden quote. This is the kind of guy he is, and why I'd like to hang out with him. His team, I think he described his team as "try not to suck." That's what Lenny says. Try not to suck.
That.
Joe
Try
Madden.
not to suck.
Yeah. That sounds like a BD quote.
That's like a BD quote. And he hopes they're not going to when the state tournament cranks up.
Yeah. Yes, he does. I was just thinking here, just going through these headlines real quick here. Durant again misses practice. Kerr concern. I got no idea what's going on there, but
they're in Abu Dhabi, right?
That's
where they're practicing.
If you say so.
Yeah.
I don't know.
United Arab Emirates.
I did not ride by there this morning.
I don't think there's anything to be concerned over. I mean,
everybody talks about Kyrie being one of the strangest personalities.
Mm-hmm.
Durant's got to be right up there.
Yeah, he is.
He's got to rank up there pretty high as well, because I just don't think you ever know what this guy's thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Yankees, we're going to get into that a little bit. I want to read about that maybe during the break. Bench clears after Kerstead hitting the helmet. But the one I really want to save and talk about for a few minutes and let Brett weigh in, and Jason can send me a message so you know it's about the NBA. Poor old Brunson takes $156 million to help the Knicks. Flexibility.
What a sacrifice.
I read that, and he said he takes $156.5 million to help the Knicks. Well, what was the original offer?
$113 million less than.
Is it? Well, that is substantial then. That is
$113 less.
That's what it says. Less guaranteed than he is eligible to sign for a year from now, his agent said.
Back to Francona a minute. Lenny says he stepped down for health reasons. Stephen Vogt, V-O-G-T.
Yeah.
Stephen Vogt replaced him. And I didn't know Francona had health issues. So, his history goes back, too, because his dad, Tito, was a major leaguer, maybe a manager as well. But I can't wait to just pull this up and see if that was the big number.
Yeah, it says Brunson could have signed a 5-year, $269 million deal next year as a free agent.
But he went ahead and signed long-term.
But instead he did a 4-year, $156 million.
Mm-hmm. It says he could recoup some of the money he gave up over this long run.
When you hear something like that, does it make you think more of that person?
Just their desire to win, and maybe
he's a team guy.
He's now got 3 former Villanova teammates on his team, and maybe he wants them to get their share when it's time for them.
Well,
also,
Villanova Knicks.
Yeah.
They 4.
Yeah, they just traded for Mikal Bridges, which is now their 4th Villanova guy.
That's not the
well. I don't know if they were all 4 played on the same Villanova team, but
who's
I know
the guy
Mikal
that
Bridges
hit the
went to Villanova
in the Carolina game.
Chris Jenkins. Yeah,
Chris
he's not in the NBA.
Not even in the NBA. Wow.
Well, not that I know of.
Right.
If he is, he doesn't play.
Yeah. He's not in the NBA, but he might be in, I don't know, Sacramento. Who's the worst team in the NBA? Charlotte. He might be in Charlotte.
Definitely one of them.
He's not in the NBA. He's in Charlotte.
Speaking of the NBA,
that would make sense.
Cooper Flagg proves he can play with the big boys.
How did he do that?
The select U.S. team.
I mean, I'm asking because I don't know.
It was a select team of NBA players, and they added Flagg going against Team USA, and he held his own.
Did he?
Yeah.
Well, it's good because in 12 months he'll be there.
He'll be there. He's going to have a pit stop at Duke in Durham.
Where he'll probably spend most of it on the injured list.
Of course. Yeah, it'll come around, I don't know, 1st of November. And
what's the famous?
He won't play until February.
What's the famous line for Duke injuries? It's
undisclosed foot injury out indefinitely.
Out indefinitely. That's what I was looking for. Out indefinitely.
Well, we already had one, a guy named
one?
Well, I mean, this not even before the summer started.
There's already one hurt now.
Yeah, before the summer even started. Darren Harris. Yeah, recruit, freshman, incoming freshman.
Yep, that's Duke.
Waiting for the next shoe to drop.
Yeah, the shoe.
Yeah, her foot.
Her foot. Yeah, the shoe's going to drop and going to have a foot in it.
Yeah.
Jason says Kevin Durant missed the Team USA exhibition versus Canada the other night due to a calf strain. It's concerning because the calf injury he suffered in 2019 led to his Achilles injury during the finals that year. Brunson signed a team-friendly deal for now, but he can look to sign a large extension in 3 years for more max money once the new TV money kicks in. I got a couple others I want to read here real quick before we take our first time out. Lenny says, that was a Madden quote. I have a shirt that says that on it. He's talking about the try not to suck. That's a great line for any coach.
I think so.
In any sport.
Is that better than play like champions today? What do you think?
Well, you have to ask Brett that. Yeah. I would rather my team play like champions than just try not to suck. That would be the old Tampa Bay coach along his
Robinson
kind of quotes. Yeah. McKay.
That's right, John McKay.
Lenny says Bronson. I guess we're talking about, is that the Villanova guy we mentioned?
Brunson,
not Charles Bronson. Ignore that last text, he says. Too late. I've already read them all. Monty says flag has to stay long enough to learn how to trip. Our guys come in knowing how to do that. You guys just don't know how to handle it.
Well, that's a subtle art every Duke player knows when he comes in. Art of tripping.
Yeah. And let's see. I think that's all the text. We're going to take our first time out. I will start out with the lyrics today.
You're confident.
Yeah, I just went ahead and pulled them up. I just, I went to On the Border last night, so you expect eagles to come out of me all morning long.
Yeah, I heard you checked into Hotel California.
But, but I did check out. I'm here this morning.
Yeah, that's true.
So
you didn't tell me about it, so I could have come.
Mike, we talked about it for weeks. I thought you had heard about it. I'm sorry. I would have let you know.
Yep.
Remind me at the break. I got to ask you about something. Here we go. Go. Lyrics of the morning. Steve walks warily down the street with the brim pulled way down low. Back in a moment.
First Federal Savings Bank has been serving.
Dr. John Klunger III and Dr. Aaron.
Whether it's a sit-down meal or a call-in for the drive-thru, Brookwood Cafe and Catering is the answer. A variety of meats, vegetables, and desserts cooked daily, or a hot sandwich from the grill, they have what you're looking for to satisfy your taste buds. If you need catering from 5 to 500, Brookwood has you covered as well. Stop by Brookwood Cafe and Catering at 202 Providence Mill Road in Maiden. Don't forget breakfast daily till 11 a.m. Open Tuesday 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., Wednesday through Saturday 6 a.m. till 8 p.m., and Sunday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Call 828-428-8944 to place your order today.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Call Mooney Insurance in Maiden or East Lincoln Insurance in Denver or visit mooneyinsurance.com.
It's time to get ready for spring. Time to head to Full Throttle Power Sports and 95 Trailers. Test drive an ATV or side-by-side today. Full Throttle Power Sports carries CF Moto, Yamaha, Suzuki, Kawasaki, Honda, and Slingshot. And check out the trailers with brand names like SureTrack, Iron Bull, and Triton. Stop by or give them a call at 704-833-1270. Full Throttle Power Sports, 100 Indian Walk in Lowell. Online at ncfullthrottle.com. They deal in fun.
Hi, folks. This is Will Poteet, president and co-owner of RE/MAX Crossroads. The real estate market is ever-changing, but it's not too late to sell your home for a great price. If you're thinking about selling your home, give us a call at 704-736-1717 to speak with one of our expert agents. We would love the opportunity to earn your business.
This is Creighton Kell with Kell Insurance. We have been helping people for over 25 years with all their Medicare needs. We represent the same national and local companies as the insurance agencies you see on TV. And you know what? We can sit down with you one-on-one and help you find the right plan just for you.
Kell Insurance is located beside the Cultural Center and behind Gillum Realty in downtown Lincolnton. 107 North Cedar Street. Call 704-732-4646 and follow them on Facebook. Kell Insurance.
Welcome back. I did not get to look up any research there, nor did I get any guesses on the first lyrics of the morning. Let's see. Lenny says the O's manager, Brandon Hyde, was going to take on the Yankees dugout when the brouhaha broke out. He was ejected, not sure if anyone else was or not. So he was going to take on the entire Yankee dugout. I'd like to see footage of what was going on there, and what sparked the. You know what the good thing is? I'm guessing that was game 1 of a 3-game series. So they're going to play again today.
Yeah,
might be worth watching. They're going to play again tomorrow. Usually, though, these things don't spill over to another day. I mean, because
no, they don't.
They don't. I mean, but what are you going? Because what are you going to gain? You're not going to gain anything except maybe an ejection and a suspension.
Right.
And nobody wants to do anything like that. A fine at some point, which they probably care less about the fine than anything else.
Well, there is that testiness now between the Orioles and the Yankees, right? I mean, that's been going on all year.
Has it?
I think so. From what I've been reading, people getting hit, that kind of thing.
It says today on Fox Sports 1. Did you say that already?
4 o'clock? I'm just saying they're playing today. But
yeah, it says it'll be on Fox Sports 1 today at 4.
I wonder if it's the ESPN game tomorrow night.
Let's see.
Yeah, it should be.
Orioles were a disappointment last year when they got to the playoffs. They had
there's not one because it's All-Star break.
No Sunday night. That's the worst week of baseball coming up, the All-Star break. I hate to say it that way, but to me, as a baseball fan, it's just the worst week.
I'm actually happy for it because the Dodgers have so many injuries. It might give them a chance to get a few players back.
Yeah,
having that week off.
Well, you could say that about a lot of teams this year. I've never seen. There again, it's like the football. You got, used to be you had Volkswagens you had to take care of with the bodies. Now you got Ferraris, and it don't take but a little bitty scratch on a Ferrari, and you take it down. And that's what happens. These baseball players now. How many players? I'd love to see the number of starters in Major League Baseball on the DL. I mean, it's unbelievable how many teams are suffering with. Even a team like the Phillies, we were talking about, they've been playing without Scherzer and Harper. Not Scherzer, but what's his name? Leadoff guy?
Schwarber.
Little guy? Schwarber.
Yeah. I was listening to a podcast this week with Butch Oney was the guest. He was talking about all the injuries to pitchers. And it's because
Buster Oney?
Buster Oney. Yeah, not Butch. I'm sorry. Yeah, to pitchers because they're throwing one pitch, either a hard slider or fastballs, and that's all they're doing. And everybody wants to get to 100 miles an hour, and it's just causing more injuries. I mean, I don't know whether that's true, but that was his view.
Well, we mention Paul Skeens about every week, but look at what he did this week.
I know.
I mean, he threw a 7-inning no-hitter, got pulled, didn't have a problem with it. He was on Dan Patrick on Friday. Said that he knew that was happening. Mm-hmm. It's not a big deal. He's in it for the long haul. Right. And here's what I worry about. Okay, he's pitching for the Pirates, and he's a stud, and he is great coming in as a rookie. We just saw Garrett Cole come in with the Pirates, be great, and look where he's at now. So this guy's not going to be in Pittsburgh more than 4 years.
I was going to say, it's a short tour,
and then he's going to be a Yankee or a Dodger.
You know where he's from?
California,
Southern California.
Yep. Southern Cal.
Yeah. Oh, he's going to check in at Hotel
Hopefully
California.
A Dodger. So why not get your no-hitter while he's in Pittsburgh? Because, I mean, you can't coach that way. I understand. You got to coach like he is going to be with you 15 years, But in reality, he's probably not. Until baseball comes up with some kind of salary cap, 10 to 15 of the teams in the major leagues are farm teams for the others.
Yeah,
that's just the way it is.
Well, we've been talking about that for years. Do you really think that's going to happen? I don't see any impetus.
Evidently, it doesn't bother the owners.
No,
who have terrible teams.
I guess not.
As long as they're making a profit. That's sad though. Really sad. Let's see. The catcher held him back with one hand. So he didn't want to take them on all that much. Well, yeah. You could probably hold me back for one hand if I was going into a dugout with 30 guys.
Yeah. Yeah, he wanted.
I may want to threaten you a little bit, but I'm not going in there with everybody.
He wanted the job, but I don't think.
But there had to be one in particular. It had to be one that he was singling out, didn't it? I wonder who the one was that he was singling out and why. I mean, I don't know.
I think after the batter was hit with the pitch, there were some gestures in the dugout, the Yankee dugout, and that's what infuriated the manager. But I'm not sure.
Who is the? This is how bad I am. Who is
Baltimore
the
manager?
Yeah. Earl Weaver.
Yeah. Still Earl. Still Earl.
I can't think. Got a couple more things.
Well, I was thinking
here to read.
Buck Showalter.
Showalter.
No.
I don't know.
Is he not a studio guy these days, or is he back out of the studio?
No, I don't know. I really don't know.
Yep. They've had some good managers. Let's see. Rodney says Paul Skeens is the only number 1 pick to make the All-Star team the following season. Ever. I guess that's what he means by that, right? Ever. The only number 1 pick to make the All-Star game. Yeah, that's what.
Well, you're usually not even in the majors by.
Yeah, I know.
That's
right.
Well,
following year.
I mean, there's been Kerry Wood. There's been
there's been a few.
Doc Gooden.
Doc Gooden.
There's been a few that come in and were really sensations as rookies. But
Brandon Hyde is the Orioles manager.
Brandon Hyde. Maybe he was looking for a place to hide.
Who was the A's pitcher that was a sensation right from the beginning? Was it Vida Blue?
Vida Blue, more than Blue Moon Odom, I think.
Blue Moon Odom.
Was that which one?
I don't know.
Or was it both?
Yeah, it was one or the other.
They were both pretty good at young age.
Great name, Blue Moon
Odom. They have Vida Blue and Blue Moon Odom.
Yeah.
Paul Skeens, the only number 1 pick to make the All-Star team the following season. That is impressive.
It is.
I mean, I keep every time I watch it, I think he was pitching in the College World Series last year.
Yeah.
You know, winning it with LSU. The talk about him right now is he was one of the best hitters on LSU's team. Will he eventually be an Ohtani, where they put his bat in the lineup?
Oh, really?
Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Interesting.
He said no.
Interesting.
Lenny says he said no.
Well, yeah, but he's not going to say, yeah, I hope so. He's going to say no, so they know he's focused on pitching.
Right.
But you can't tell me that if they offered him a chance to bat,
he wouldn't. He would bat.
He said no. He said too hard on his body.
He's not going to turn it down, even if it's just a pinch
hit. A pinch hit, maybe. Yeah.
Let's see. Lenny says the spark was the hit batter, but they claimed it went back to Judge being hit in the last series they played.
That's right.
It was raining hard when the batter was hit, so I don't know if on purpose or he slipped. Lenny, you're a Red Sox fan. We all know he slipped. Oh, man. If you're a Judge fan, I see how you like him and all that. But he has this, I don't know what word to use, but there is cockiness there, whether you want to hear that or not. There is cockiness there. And I see it rubbing some teams the wrong way. Right. He's a great player. Don't get me wrong. I'm not taking that away. But he showboats a little bit. And he's not the only one. I mean, everybody's got a player that showboats. But
I think if he wasn't wearing that Yankee uniform, you wouldn't think that.
Maybe not. There's other players I think that about. Boston's got them. Boston. I mean, it's just sometimes it's just human nature.
Yeah.
To do it, but I was trying to think. Bryce Harper comes across that way. I don't. I'm not saying I don't like Judge. I do like Judge. I think he's a terrific player, and would I take him on my team? Absolutely, in a heartbeat. I like Bryce Harper. A lot of people don't like Harper, but I like the way he goes about playing the game because he plays at 100 mile an hour. If you're up 10-0 or down 10-0, he's going to give everything he's got. Who are some other players like that? Who are some that would players in the league will think, well, he's cocky. I mean, I don't like playing against. I don't want him on my team. Can you think of anybody else that? I know the people out there that are listening to us.
Yeah. Well, I don't think anybody would say they don't want Judge or Harper on their team.
No, because they play to win. They play to win, and that's why I said it's just a subtle thing. It's not. It don't really stand out, but you could just.
Well, the subtle cockiness I've never liked is Jose Altuve.
Yeah, he's got it. There again, I'll take him on my team.
Yeah, I would too.
He's got the cockiness, but he's going to produce for you, But I'm just saying, there's people in that other dugout that probably bothers.
Yeah.
That I'm not saying so much me, but there's people in that other dugout that probably bothers. Baltimore's probably got somebody that irritates the Yankee dugout. It's as well. I mean, it's just one of those things. And if you played enough in anything, any sport, you know who when you go out there to play, whatever it may be, baseball, softball, basketball, whatever, there's certain guys you want to beat worse than others, and maybe that's what's going on right now between the Yankees and the Orioles. I don't know. I don't know how their series stood last year, head to head. Do you still play 19, or is it less than that now? Didn't they level it off a little bit, maybe to 15?
13.
Is it just 13?
I'm not sure.
Head to head. Let's see. Where did we get to on these headlines? The bench clearing brawl. It's got a good picture of it on ESPN. Basically, all you can see though is the Orioles. Of course, mine went from the baseball brawl to a cup of coffee being poured. I see. There's a picture of the manager. Orioles manager Brandon Hyde was ejected during the 9th inning. That saw both teams' benches and bullpens empty after Baltimore's Heston Kjerstad was hit in the helmet by a Clay Holmes pitch. So there you go. It
was really around the ear guard there. It was a pretty scary looking.
Here's how ignorant I am to the situation. Which one plays for who? Okay, I see it now. Baltimore's Kjerstad.
Kjerstad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like they played 13 against their division
13
opponents. Yeah.
So Kjerstad was the one hit in the head by a Clay Holmes pitch, and that was a Yankee hitting the Orioles. So obviously that's why the coach irate.
So after tomorrow,
that's part of the game, though.
The Yankees and Orioles don't play again until September 24th.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. The scheduling of this stuff is
over 2 months. They'll only have 3 games left against each other after tomorrow.
Monty says there's also a lot of jealousy going around. The world is either with us or against us. I guess he's referring to everybody feels that way, or is that just a some people like to use that quote for motivation, and I understand it. It's us against the world.
Yep.
Lenny says Brandon Hyde is the manager. He is the guy that went through all that losing before those young players arrived. You have to commend the O's organization for sticking with him during the bad times. Yeah, well, if you don't have the personnel, sometimes you can't blame it all on the manager. So they did let him hang around for a while, and now reaping the benefits. While we're on that, let's just go here and look a little bit and see, go through the scores from last night. All we've been talking about really is the Yankees and Orioles, along with the Dodgers, just for a minute. The come from behind win. Dodgers beat the Tigers 4-3 last night. The Red Sox fall to the Royals. I don't understand the Boston cannot play against the Royals. I don't know what their record is this year, but it seems like it's definitely below 500 against Kansas City. 6-1 last night. The Royals win that game. The A's beat the Phillies 6-2. Tampa Bay beats Cleveland 2-0. Yankees over the Orioles by a score of 4-1. Mets over the Rockies 7-6. The Reds over the Marlins 7-4. Pirates down the White Sox. So Skeens is not the only good pitcher, or at least the Pirates had a good outing anyway out of another pitcher. Gonzalez, am I reading that right? Brett might be able to tell me. Gonzalez with the win last night for the Pirates, 4-1 over the White Sox. The Astros beat the Rangers 6-3. Speaking of Altuve and the Astros, I think I read this. This is the hottest team in baseball right now. You remember they started the season, maybe 10 or more games under 500?
Yeah.
They are now 50-44. Hitting their stride right now. I don't know if they're completely healthy or not. I can't even tell you if their team makeup is still what it was during the championship days or not. I know a couple that are gone. What's the really good outfielder? That was a Springer.
Springer. Yeah, he's been going a while though.
Yeah, and then
they've won one since he left.
And the shortstop that went to Minnesota.
Correa. Yeah, they've won one without him.
Oh, wow. But the Astros seem to be getting hot at the right time here going into the All-Star break. Do you want to see the All-Star break coming when you're playing good?
I doubt it.
Well, you don't want to go into it playing bad though.
Yeah.
Either. So, I'm sure about all these guys are excited to have a break.
Yeah, and the break's longer than ever now, right? 4 days. Sometimes some teams get 5, maybe. Is that right?
Yeah, they play Sunday and then
Friday.
Games start back up Friday. I don't know if everybody plays Friday.
I hope they do. Astros 6-3 over the Rangers. The Nationals beat the Brewers 5-2. The Cubs over the Cards 5-1. The Mariners fall to the Angels 6-5. I want to stop on the Mariners for just a second. Cal Raleigh, Smoky Mountain High School product, on Thursday night, did something I saw him do in high school. He homered from both sides of the plate.
Sure.
In the I can't remember who they were playing that night, but he homered from both sides of the plate in Seattle's win.
You saw him in high school against East Lincoln.
Mm-hmm. I think Burleson was on the East Lincoln team, so you had 2 major leaguers in that high school game.
That's
2 successful major leaguers.
Oh, this says
more than
on Thursday,
cup of tea.
He homered from each side of the plate for the second time in 3 days.
Wow.
So he did that twice this week.
I did not
And then he hit another home run last night.
Yeah. Wonder if he's an all-star.
I doubt it.
If he's not, he will be soon, most likely. He's just in his, second full year maybe?
No, he's
Has he been longer
than that?
I think so.
Okay.
He's only hitting .218.
20 he's a power hitter.
20 home runs. So, a lot of home runs, low average.
But that's typical, right?
111 strikeouts in 90 games.
So he's on pace probably to hit about 38 home runs. We're a little over halfway.
That'll keep him in
something like that.
That'll keep him in uniform, or that'll keep him in the lineup.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, he's a good catcher too, so that doesn't hurt. He's a really good defensive catcher. He's a big guy. You aren't going to see many players run him over at the plate. And if he hits you 30 home runs a season, then he's a
80-90 ribbies.
He's a 15-year guy. If he can do that, he's probably a 15-year guy. Braves over the Padres last night, 6-1. The Blue Jays fall to the Diamondbacks. Arizona 5-4 winner, and the Giants win 7-1 over the Twins last night. Did we decide the temperature last night in San Francisco?
I don't know.
Hotter than usual.
No, I told you it was 60.
60. Okay, 60. That's what I was thinking. Like it was. It's not maybe not cool as normal this time of year, but 60 I would take. In a heartbeat. Let's see. Yeah, Lenny says the same thing you did, Brady. Homered from both sides of the plate in 2 games this week, speaking of Cal Raleigh.
5 home runs in his last 4 games.
All right. It's time for us to take our second break.
I have no clue on your...
Nobody has answered.
I don't...
And it's time for Mike. Steve walks warily down the street with the brim pulled way down low. Ain't no sound but the sound of his feet. This one will give it away. Machine guns ready to go.
Queen. Another one bites the dust.
Another one bites the dust.
I thought my hint was going to be you might hear it after a sporting event.
Yeah. Yep.
Way to go, Brett. Queen. Another one bites the dust.
Yeah, the machine gun line did. That
it
did.
It away. I have never realized he said
I had no idea.
Walks warily. You know, he says it so fast anyway. Steve walks warily down the street.
Yeah, that's what got me. The very first line. What in the world is this?
With the brim pulled way down low, ain't no sound but the sound of his feet.
Okay, let me get mine real quick.
Mike Powell with the lyrics.
You ready?
Yeah.
How many times must I tell you, baby? How many bridges I've got to cross?
Stop. We'll be back in a moment.
Getting the kids to practice on time.
Roads and Bill Oil Company in Lincoln.
For where 2 or 3 have gathered together in my name, I am there in their midst. Matthew 18:20. You are invited to gather with us at Rhine Heights United Methodist Church, located at 520 Madison Street, just up from Betty Ross Park. Sunday school meets at 10, and worship follows at 11 every Sunday. Follow us on Facebook for special service announcements. Join us Sunday at Rhine Heights United Methodist Church.
Buying a Bobcat is now easier than ever at West End Sales in Vail. Now get 0% APR financing. That means low monthly payments. Or you can get $1,200 instant rebates on selected models. Now is the time to buy. Like we said, it's easier than ever. Again, get 0% APR financing or get $1,200 instant rebate on selected Bobcat models at West End Sales at the Highway 1827 West intersection in Vail. Online at westendsales.com and like them on Facebook too.
Western Steer Family Steakhouse in Newton has the best food around. Their buffet is like no other. Fried chicken, meatloaf, baked chicken, beef tips with peppers and onions, pintos and macaroni cheese, green beans, yams, and the best salad bar around. Hours of business Sunday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Fridays and Saturdays, 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Western Steer Family Steakhouse, 334 Southwest Boulevard, Newton. Call for takeouts at 704-325-3926. Like them on Facebook.
At Mr. Sparky, our skilled electricians can help fix any electrical problems. And with summer storms on their way, we offer generator services to get your life back to normal, faster. Call Mr. Sparky today for any electrical need.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
No more malarkey. If you need a generator, call 704-435-3060.
Zeus Auto Repair and Performance at 1122 South Aspen Street in Lincoln now have 4 North Carolina licensed state inspectors on site. Need automotive work? They are the best. Oil changes, brakes, car detailing, and suspension work. You'll be in and out before you know it. Stop in and see the guys at Zeus Auto Repair and Performance at 1122 South Aspen Street in Lincoln. Hours of business, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 704-240-3061. Zeus Auto Repair and Performance.
Notary services available on site as well.
Welcome back. Sports Talk. David, Mike, and Brett. I got the lyrics right off the bat during the break. Had to think of the song, man. I knew who it was instantly. Had to think of the song. I finally got it. Also, Lenny and Roger.
Another easy lob.
Nah.
Turned in by me.
Nah.
Softball.
That's a good one. You had to think a little bit. But yeah, I've.
Here was going to be my second one.
We haven't finished the first one yet.
Okay.
We're gonna let people know that it was "Forever Man" by Eric Clapton. I knew Eric Clapton right off the bat, and I knew it was forever, but I couldn't remember exactly forever what. And then I asked Mike. I said, "Forever Man," and he said, "Yes."
Yep.
But so
you're on the way up here.
Your other one was going to be. He always has another one.
Oh, life is bigger. It's bigger than you. And you were not me. The lengths that I will go to the distance in your eyes.
REM.
Yep. I said too much. You said too much. Yep.
Losing my religion.
Losing my religion.
Yeah, that's a good song.
Yeah, a little different.
Brett, are you a REM fan?
Nah,
I didn't think so. And I really like REM.
Oh, yeah.
That's one of the few that we really disagree on because I really like REM.
I like them.
And I don't know why Brett's
a little bit of a new wave, a little different lyrically.
Did they do something to you one day? That's another one of those Athens, Georgia bands, right?
Michael Stipe.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, that could be. That could be your
Michael Stipe, front man.
Yeah, that's another good one.
Orange Crush,
yeah.
Lyrically, they were unique.
Yeah, they were.
I just never have like their sound. Or his voice. I don't know.
Not for everyone.
What's his name?
Michael Stipe.
Okay, what's the lead singer for? And ain't the name similar to the guy that's out on the West Coast?
Creed. Creed. You're talking about Creed, and now I can't remember
what's his name. Because I thought that was it.
Scott Stapp.
Yeah, Michael Stipe and Scott Stapp.
That's very similar.
Yeah, I wouldn't want them both at the same event.
No, I wouldn't want either one of them.
I would butcher their
names. Wait a minute, I always felt that Creed sounded a lot like Pearl Jam. You like Pearl Jam?
It's like they tried to copy Pearl Jam. Yeah. A lot of people think they tried. Maybe they tried.
I've actually heard them and thought it was Pearl Jam. Eddie Vedder.
Yeah,
but
they were like Pearl Jam, but with
that
two decent songs.
Yeah.
What are the other bands are there other bands out there that you think, God, they sound a lot like Group A over there?
I'm sure there are. Nothing comes to mind.
Well, one time I thought Coldplay sounded similar to U2, but then Coldplay kind of changed their sound a little bit. And
their guitar riff sounded a lot like U2 early on.
It's not Coldplay, but what's the group that half the people in the United States hate and half the people... Nickelback,
yeah.
Oh,
and
that
people.
And I'm kind of indifferent.
I don't
even.
I
don't really like them, but I don't hate them either.
I don't know what the hate or the love is for. I mean, they're just another band.
Yeah,
to me.
Yeah, that's right.
But not out of Boston. Not just another band out of Boston because we know who that is. The last series in the Yankees-Orioles games, there were 6 hit batters, and this one to the head was a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. That comes from Scott Cloninger.
That's right.
How do you approach that, Coach? If you are a player or a manager, and you already know there's been 6 hit batters in the previous series, and then one of your players is thrown out with a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. I'd like to get a coach's perspective there. Different sport, but Coach Cloninger following baseball these days about as heavy as he follows football. Of course, he's got a son playing some Legion baseball.
And will be playing.
There's reason
coming up.
Yeah. Yep, that's right. Let's mention that right quick. State tournament, American Legion Baseball in Cherville gets underway next Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, but 10 a.m.?
Yeah, 10
Game
a.m.,
1?
4 games.
Okay.
I'll find the schedule here in the meantime.
I mean, that's just a guess on 10 a.m., so I hope Mike is
Yeah, how long?
Going to confirm.
10 a.m. 4 games.
10, 1, 5, and 8, or because you got
7:30
opening ceremonies somewhere in there
let's see
on that opening
Here's
day.
what we got. Game 1, Area 2 versus Area 2 number 1 versus Area 4 number 2 at 10. Game 2, Area 3 number 1 versus Area 1 number 2, 1 p.m. And then I'll just 4 p.m. And then the last one, Cherryville will play Area 1 number 1 at 7:30. So 4 games. 4 games Sunday, July 21st. 3 games Monday, July 22nd. 2 Tuesday, July 23rd. Wednesday, 24th. Well, there'll at least be 1 game. There could be another one. One game at 4, then another at 7. Monday's schedule, Monday and Tuesday, 1, 4, and 7 are the scheduled times.
I don't want to make sure you guys got this. So Mike's got the schedule there. I just sent Brett a few minutes ago something from Mike Painter that he asked me to forward to you. And what do we know? The only thing we know right now about the state tournament is Cherryville will be in it.
Yep.
And Shelby will be in it.
Yes.
That's all we know, right?
Yeah.
Because
they've already made the Area 4 finals.
Yes.
Shelby has.
And now does Area 4 get 3?
They get 3.
Okay. So who's only getting 1? Whose year is it to actually host?
I do not know.
Okay. Because that's what happens. The area that it's their year to host, it's going to be in Cherryville anyway.
You and I went to Campbell last year. I don't know which
I've been to Campbell 2 years
in a row. Which area hosted last year? And
yeah, well,
1 or 2.
It's not just where they play anymore because, it's got to do with who hosts it, who wants it, who wants to take the chance on making money and things like that. I think in Cherryville they will be profitable. I think they'll have a good crowd and make some money. But that's the only 2 teams we know because last night Rutherford County defeated Union. Union won games 1 and game 2, but last night, Thursday night and Friday night have been won by Rutherford, and now they force a game 5, and that game 5 is
RS Central.
At RS Central.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wonder if the ace, the top pitcher for Union, has thrown yet in this series because I've heard he was very good.
I heard they had a kid that threw 90, and I think I saw him during the regular season. But he's going to Gaston College, and he was told to knock it off by Gaston, but I'm not sure about that. The pitcher that beat Cherryville in Game 5, his name was Tyler Potts, and he went the distance in a 4-2 win. That sealed that series.
Now I got a question for you, Mike, and you may be partial here because you do cover sports for Gaston College, but if I'm going to LSU or I'm going to who won the national championship this year? Y'all aren't helping me at all. College baseball.
Tennessee.
Yeah. Sorry, Roger. Tennessee. If I'm going to Tennessee or I'm going to LSU or I'm going to Cal State Fullerton, I'm just naming some teams, and they tell me to knock it off, I'm probably going to knock it off.
Yeah.
But if Gaston College tells me to knock it off.
Well, I'm with you. I don't understand that
I'm
myself.
Pitching. Yeah. I mean, I hate it, but I'm pitching. And I don't know that they said that.
Yeah. I don't either. I can't confirm that. That's just a rumor.
I mean,
so let me say that.
I mean, and I'm not just picking on Gaston. There's thousands of colleges out there that I would say.
Yeah. Well, not only that, it's the middle of July.
This is a chance for me to win a championship with my team in this sport that I may never see again.
Yeah.
I'm not going to knock it off. I'm going to pitch and try to help. I'm too much of that these days.
There is
too much of that.
We've seen that over the years
in the entire sports world. That's just like
the biggest one I remember, and you probably do too. 1998, kid named Pruitt out of Burns.
Yeah.
Remember that one?
Yeah.
For Cherryville.
I can't remember. I want to say Tim, but he's not a kid out of Burns.
Thomas Pruitt. Yeah. Big home run hitter, first baseman, key part of the team. Western Carolina, because it
said if you go to Bartlesville, was it Vegas?
It was Vegas
at the time. Vegas at the time.
Yeah.
Basically, we're pulling your
scholarship, essentially.
Yeah.
And then he ended up getting
redshirted him.
Redshirted him. Yeah.
They redshirt. I mean, come on, guys.
Yeah, I know.
You know.
I'm not saying he would have made a difference. They finished runner-up, but he might have. Who knows? Plus, he would have had that.
When you finish runner-up and that guy's been hitting a home run about every 3 games.
Yeah. Well, not only that, he missed out on that experience with his teammates, which was a lifetime experience.
Yeah, exactly. I think I would have just said, you know what? I mean, maybe it worked out for Thomas. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
See him every now and then.
Yeah.
But I almost said, you know what? I'm going with my buddies to Vegas. I'm going to experience this. It's the only time I'll ever get to. I can't play next year. I age out. Yeah. And I think somebody will take me and offer me a football scholarship.
They probably would have,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
This and it's probably worse today than it was.
Yeah, it probably is.
You know, that was, 25, 30 years ago now?
Mm-hmm.
When they went to – it's maybe more than that.
Yeah.
Because time goes by so quickly now. Union County won games 1 and 2, Mike, in this series with Rutherford by a score 6-2 in 9 innings and 5-2. But then Rutherford has turned the tide. They won 7-1 at home on July the 11th, which was Thursday. Then last night they win on the road, a big one last night, 6-5 to win that game. Now RS seems to have the momentum.
They do.
So what the question is for me, has the ace for Union thrown yet in this series?
I wonder.
Yeah, because I don't think he pitched the first 2 games. I think Coach Cloninger told me he did not pitch the first 2 games, and they have won those 2. So at that point, you might just be saving him for, if you're forced to go to Game 5. If you're not, then he's ready and well rested going into the state tournament where he's likely to pitch Game 1. But now you're not even assured a state tournament because it's 2 games apiece.
That's right. You know, going back to that Cherryville Union series, you realize in those last 2 games, Game 4 and 5, Cherryville had the lead in the late innings, only to fall victim to rallies by Union.
Yeah. Well, Game 5, nobody scored till the 6th.
That's right.
And they took a 2-0 lead and then gave up 4 runs.
That's right.
But, you know, Cherryville's case is a little different because they're in the state tournament. They'd love to have had an area championship because they were going for 5 in a row.
Not only that, it also broke a streak of 6 straight years being in the Final 4 of the Area 4 playoff, which is not a big deal, but still.
Well, in a way it is. It's losing in a second round.
Yeah.
But I guess is what.
That's what it is, losing, which they hadn't done in a long time, losing in the second round.
Yeah. It seems like Area 4, though, it looks like Shelby's the best team in Area 4, but the rest are pretty even.
I think all these teams are good.
Yeah.
And could make some noise in the state. You're going to have 3 Area 4 teams in it of the 8.
Yeah. You know, Shelby's probably getting the majority of the talent that they're able to reach out to. I'm not sure Union is, but they still have a good team. I mean, Union County is loaded with high schools and good baseball teams.
And I think right now Shelby's just living off all that talent from Burns.
Yeah.
Back-to-back state finalists.
That's right. And then Rutherford County, I mean, you put East Rutherford, RS Chase in there. That's pretty good. I mean, the baseball is really good in Rutherford County each and every year
East
now.
So they
got something
always
good to pull from.
Right.
And then who am I leaving out? Who was the other semifinal? Who did Shelby eliminate?
Gaston Braves.
The Gaston Braves.
Well, they were pretty.
Yeah, they're always
competitive.
Yeah, they're always scary.
Yeah.
I'll put it that way. They're always scary.
Right.
Come playoff time. Yeah, they were swept, but the games were pretty close.
3-2, 7-4, 8-4. First game was close, obviously.
Yeah. Well, a lot of times you lose a heartbreaker there, and then you just lost all your momentum.
That's right.
And that's probably what happened to them. But state tournament, like Mike said, getting started 1 week from today. 1 week from today at Fraley Field in Cherryville, the newly revamped Fraley Field in Cherryville. We need to get over and check it out. If you haven't been to a game, it'd be a perfect time to go once the state tournament
and a lot
starts.
of hoopla leading up to this. Friday night will be the banquet, and also one of our favorite players is going to be inducted into the North Carolina American Legion Hall of Fame.
And
don't forget
what day is that going to happen on?
That'll
Saturday?
Be on Friday.
Friday, I mean.
They'll have the banquet.
Jay Hefner,
and then we'll go over and watch the home run derby. I don't know whether anybody can hit it out. I haven't seen many home runs in Freddie Field this season.
What is up with that?
I don't know. Yeah. You tell me. I've seen very few.
You know how you can do prop bets? We need a prop bet out there that everybody can get in on. How many home runs will be hit in the state tournament?
I know.
Yeah. How many games is that?
14 games.
14, possibly 15?
14, possibly 15.
Yeah. So, 30? Is that a good over-under?
That's way
Seems
over.
like a lot.
Like a lot.
That's 2 a game.
I say under 15.
Oh, wow.
Well, I'm just going to what I've seen all year. Nobody hits it out.
Yeah, but you hadn't seen the other areas.
Well, that's true.
You hadn't seen Wilmington.
There's a guy from Wilmington got 62 homers.
I hadn't seen Garner. Is there really? Yeah, I want to see him play.
I don't know if you do or not. If he's playing against Cherville,
I'll say I'll up that a little bit. I say under 20.
He's already raising his number.
I'm going to raise it a bit.
If you'd have left it at 15, I'd have probably went with the over. But now that you're going 20, I don't know. So you got a pretty good margin there.
Yeah.
That'd be a good question for our guys that go to these games, like Lenny and all. Over or under in the state tournament? I think we ought to go with 15. I don't think we ought to go with 20. I think we should go with let's go 17.
Let's go 17.
17 over under. Home runs. 17, how many games we say there would be? Possibly 15.
Possibly 15.
Yep. What's the chances we have 15 or just have 14? I don't know.
4 o'clock game. 14 is on the 24th of July.
Oh, man. He's already got the details there.
Mm-hmm.
Scott says the Union County Ace will be able to pitch tonight.
Okay, good.
That helps
I'm
them.
kind of pulling for Union County. I don't know why. Just they're kind of interesting. They got the burnt orange jerseys,
Texas look.
Texas
look. Have they ever played in the state tournament? I can't remember if they have or not.
I think so.
Yeah, I do too, but I can't remember for sure.
I believe they have.
I cannot remember for sure. Union also pulls from
It
Mecklenburg.
seems like they would have had
Scott.
to. They've had some really good teams.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They also pull some from Mecklenburg, so I'm guessing
Did they
that's
host
the southern
one?
part of Mecklenburg.
I was thinking they hosted a state tournament.
If they did, they were in it. I don't know.
I believe you're right.
You know who's not sent us anything this morning?
Who?
Where's Ned this morning?
Yeah, where's Ned?
Ned has not sent us
Is he
anything.
checked out now that Cherville is idle for 2 weeks?
I wouldn't think so. He's usually in on our lyrics.
He really is.
And everything, but have not heard.
He's not working at Ingles this morning, is he?
I don't know.
I don't know. Where is Ned? Where are you?
Lenny says, I think the only one from the High Point Davidson series, I think it is Area 3 that gets one bid. So he's thinking there's only one team coming out of there. And we already know that it's not Rowan.
Rowan knocked out by Davidson.
High Point or Davidson.
That's
High
right.
Point or Davidson.
That's right.
But don't hold me to that.
Do we know
That's
what's
what he
going on
says.
in areas 2 or 1? I mean, who's down? Who's
Wilmington
playing
and Fuquay will be here.
Yeah. You wouldn't count on that one.
That is a total guess.
Yeah.
But it is an educated guess because those teams are in it more.
Which organization leads in state tournament appearances? Would it be Wilmington?
It has to be Wilmington.
Got to be Wilmington.
I mean, I can't imagine anybody else. They've won more than anybody else.
Yeah.
When it comes to the tournament
right.
style, right?
Right.
So, I mean, when's the last time Wilmington didn't make it?
I can't remember. Honestly.
There's not near as many teams in that area.
No.
Scott, what's his name? The coach down at Wilmington that does a really good job with that team. I can't think of his last name right now. Scott, big guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can picture him.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
but I've never known what his name was.
Yeah, it's Scott something. Maybe Lenny will know that, or somebody will know that. Why can I not think of his name?
Well, welcome to Couple Got Brian Hanks.
He would probably know the name.
Yeah, he might.
Of Scott.
Kinston Town Mine.
Yeah, and where did I saw pictures of Brian this week.
Did?
Yeah, but I can't remember.
Oh, Wayne County and Wilmington coming out of Area 1 to you. So that's Brian's answer.
Wayne County and Wilmington.
Yep. Well, Wayne County was
I didn't even know those were in the same area.
Well, remember Wayne County was in that June Classic, were they not?
Yeah, they were.
They were.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They sure were. And beat Cherryville.
Yep,
they sure did. Hanks,
so Wayne County and Wilmington.
Was Hanks at a Nationals game? And that might have even been over a week ago. I think he was at the Nationals game up in D.C. is where I saw a picture. And then I saw a picture of him with Ryan Herman. And I think that was, I don't know where it was, maybe in the Kinston area where he you remember Ryan Herman?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember. That maybe he'll let us know the answer to that.
So Wayne County and Wilmington from Area 1. It's going to be Shelby.
Is Wayne not Area 2?
He says from Area 1.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking.
Remember.
They were in different areas, but with that, I mean, that could have changed. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
So we know from Area 3 we got Cherryville, Shelby, and either Rutherford or Union.
Yep.
That's 5 of them right there.
Oh. Yep.
Or High Point or Davidson, that's 6. And I don't know.
Well, if Davidson's able to beat Rowan, I got to give them a chance. But I think High Point's been the best team down there all season, haven't they? It seems like from some of the stuff I've read, the High Point.
One bad note for Cherryville: they will not have the services of their best pitcher record-wise, Wyatt Davis, 7-0. He's got an arm issue, and he's going to have to shut down.
Yeah, and I will tell you why that may be wrong information.
Is it?
During the break. Yeah.
Oh.
I'll tell you during the break.
I was just told that by a Post 100 official.
Yeah. Okay.
I reported wrong information.
Yeah.
Could be.
We'll go over that in just a minute.
Okay.
Right now it's time for Brett's lyrics before we take our final time out this morning. We got Mike's Forever Man.
Easily.
I had to think a little bit, especially on the song.
Yeah, for 5 seconds, you thought.
Eric Clapton. Of course, mine was Queen. Another one, Bites the Dust. And Brett's is...
Here I stand, head in hand, turn my face to the wall.
Back in a moment.
Hand in hand.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Call Mooney Insurance in Maiden or East Lincoln Insurance in Denver or visit MooneyInsurance.com.
Rhodes and Bill Oil Company in Lincoln has been serving the Piedmont of North and South Carolina since 1919. Sure, they deliver to your home with home heating oils. They'll help keep you warm, but they do a whole lot more. They feature bulk fuel delivery, on-site and commercial fueling, backup generator fueling, and farm and agricultural fueling. For home or business or farms, call on Rhodes and Bill Oil Company in Lincoln, 704-735-2508. Online at rhodesandbill.com, located at 1404 East Main Street in Lincoln. Like them on Facebook, too.
For where 2 or 3 have gathered together in my name, I am there in their midst. Matthew 18:20. You are invited to gather with us at Rhine Heights United Methodist Church, located at 520 Madison Street, just up from Betty Ross Park. Sunday school meets at 10, and worship follows at 11 every Sunday. Follow us on Facebook for special service announcements. Join us Sunday at Rhine Heights United Methodist Church.
Buying a Bobcat is now easier than ever at West End Sales in Vail. Now get 0% APR financing. That means low monthly payments. Or you can get $1,200 instant rebates on selected models. Now is the time to buy. Like we said, it's easier than ever. Again, get 0% APR financing or get $1,200 instant rebate on selected Bobcat models at West End Sales at the Highway 1827 West intersection in Vail. Online at westindsales.com and like them on Facebook too.
Western Steer Family Steakhouse in Newton has the best food around. Their buffet is like no other. Fried chicken, meatloaf, baked chicken, beef tips with peppers and onions, pintos and macaroni cheese, green beans, yams, and the best salad bar around. Hours of business Sunday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Fridays and Saturdays, 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Western Steer Family Steakhouse, 334 Southwest Boulevard, Newton. Call for takeouts at 704-325-3926. Like them on Facebook.
At Mr. Sparky, our skilled electricians can help fix any electrical problem. And with summer storms on their way, we offer generator services to get your life back to normal, faster. Call Mr. Sparky today for any electrical need.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
No more malarkey. If you need a generator, call 704-435-3060.
Zeus Auto Repair and Performance at 1122 South Aspen Street in Lincoln now have 4 North Carolina licensed state inspectors on site. Need automotive work? They are the best. Oil changes, brakes, car detailing, and suspension work. You'll be in and out before you know it. Stop in and see the guys at Zeus Auto Repair and Performance at 1122 South Aspen Street in Lincoln. Hours of business, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 704-240-3061. Zeus Auto Repair and Performance.
Notary services available on site as well.
Get back in that chair, he says. Somebody's got to keep me in line. Thank you, Brett. Music's going to run out, he says. So what did we learn during the break? Anything? One thing we learned during the break, neither one of us have a clue what Brett's lyrics are.
I don't.
Read them again for everyone.
Here I stand, head in hand, turn my face to the wall. If she's gone, I can't go on, feeling 2 foot small.
You got to give something else.
Everywhere people stare, each and every day, I can see them laugh at me, and I hear them say. And then the next line is the title. 1965.
Ooh, 65.
1965?
Yeah, well, most of mine.
Group or individual?
Most of mine come from the 60s.
Yeah. Group or individual?
Group.
Stones?
No.
Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes.
The Who? No.
That ain't even their name. What was it, Brett? Did you
65.
tell me?
That's
Sullivan
even
had you looking up the other night, wasn't it? Harold Melvin.
Yeah.
65. Like that's even before the Summer of Love, the psychedelic revolution. Let's see. It's got to be a British group, right? British Invasion.
Well, I'm going to count on our listeners to come up with an answer there. Lenny, Roger.
Am I right?
Yeah, they are. They are
British Invasion. Okay. That narrows it down. 65. Not the Stones, not the Beatles.
Not the Hoople.
You didn't ask yet if it was the Beatles. I just said it wasn't the Stones.
Oh.
So it is the Beatles.
It is the Beatles.
I guess.
Do the lyrics one more time.
Yeah, now that we know it's the Beatles.
Now that we know it's the Beatles.
Here I stand, head in hand, turn my face to the wall. If she's gone, I can't go on feeling 2 foot small. Everywhere people stare each and every day, I can see them laugh at me and I hear them say,
I'm a nowhere man? No, that's not it.
Hey.
Oh, hey. Oh, thou.
Like, hey.
Yeah, exactly like that.
I've got to hide my love away.
You've got to hide
your love away. Thank you. Hey.
You've got to hide my love away. So,
oh, well.
You know what? I didn't know that's how that song started.
I know.
But I do like the song.
I like the song. Yeah, I didn't either.
I do like the song. That's a good one.
Those lyrics just confounded me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a McCartney?
Hey.
That's Lennon.
Is that Lennon?
That's Lennon, yeah.
Yeah.
A ton of their songs start with the title.
Yeah, they do. They really do.
So, yeah, I was looking for
Name one.
Name one.
I can name one off the White Album, but I probably
just name one that starts with the title.
I've Got a Feeling. That's one of my favorite Beatles songs, and it starts with I've Got a Feeling.
I'm a real nowhere man. Doesn't that start that song? Nowhere man.
She loves you.
She loves you.
Can't Buy Me Love.
Buy me. You're right. A lot of their early songs right off the bat.
I should have known better.
Yeah, The Girl Like You. That's right.
It is. It's a wonder we don't run into that with more. Trying to do more.
You never give me your money. I want to hold your hand. Help.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Help. I need somebody right off the bat.
Yep.
I want you. Here comes the sun.
Michelle, my belle.
Okay, y'all proved the point. I just wanted to make sure you could prove the point there. That's what I was after. Let's see. Lenny says, I think Ned may have been on vacation this week.
Oh, okay.
On the Post 100 Facebook page last Sunday, he made the comment he was away.
Okay.
Yeah. Good. Everybody needs a vacation.
Which means he probably isn't listening to this morning.
Well, I kind of gathered that when we're not getting responses because he's one of our loyal guys that likes to weigh in, and we appreciate that.
He's always in on the songs.
Mm-hmm. And that was the first thing that made me realize that he must be MIA, missing in action this morning. I'm sure it's a good time for him to take vacation because the next couple of weeks will be busy.
If he was going to take one, this is a good time.
Yep.
Because next week he's going to be
helping out with that state tournament.
Oh, yeah.
There will be plenty. Did I see?
Now, wait a minute, guys. Brian has corrected himself. He never makes a mistake. I'm shocked. Wayne County is Area 1 and plays Garner for the area championship in seeding Monday night. Wilmington is not Area 1. So.
Wilmington's 2. That's right. Because it's weird because the coastline you'd think would be 1 or 4, but it's 2.
It's 2.
Yeah.
That's right.
So we know we know that Wayne County and Garner, formerly the band known as
Fuquay,
formerly known as Garner.
Yeah.
Back and forth names.
They're kind of like the Rams.
Yeah, they are. They have done the Rams. They have done a Rams.
They just hadn't went to St. Louis.
Yeah. But Garner, that means Garner and Wayne County and Wilmington will be
the Raiders. That's what I meant. They went and then came back.
Yeah.
And then, now they're in a whole new city. But anyway.
Well, the Rams left L.A.
Yeah.
Back in L.A.
Yeah, they did.
Yep.
St. Louis.
Yep, they did the same thing. Yeah.
But who's one that's changed names without moving? Are there any of those?
Oh, yeah.
That'd be like if
these guys didn't change their residences.
If the Carolina Panthers became the Charlotte Panthers, like they should have done from the start,
then
I might like them more.
Yeah,
I doubt not pulling for anybody named Carolina.
I doubt you'd like them anymore.
Carolina Hurricanes, stupid.
Yeah,
why is it not the Raleigh Hurricanes?
Yeah, I know it should be the city. How many other teams? Minnesota does their teams that way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Minnesota's one. Who else goes by the state? California Angels did for a long time.
I did.
Yeah, now it's even worse. The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
Yeah. When you have to have in your name. There's something going on.
One unique one is New England Patriots. It's not the city or the state.
Yeah. And you know what? They don't play in Boston. They did at one time.
Yeah.
But they play in Foxborough.
Arizona Cardinals.
That's a state.
Brian Hanks says.
Arizona Cardinals, yeah.
Well, the Washington
plenty of states.
Commanders don't play in Washington, D.C.
No, but they're looking to get back there, aren't they? Looking to try and find a place to play back in the District of Columbia. Lenny says the Texas Rangers.
Yep.
Another one named after the state.
Right.
Yeah, they're
Florida Marlins.
Yeah,
they're Miami now.
Yeah,
they are. Yes, they are. I forgot about that. They're so unknown.
Well, what about the New York Giants and Jets that don't play in New York City or New York State?
That is funny. That is funny. Isn't there another team that don't play in the state? Here's a good one, Lenny. Colorado Rockies.
Yeah.
Not the Denver Rockies, but that just sounds right though.
It does.
For some reason, that just
the Rockies.
The Colorado Rockies. This has a better sound to it than, and we also get that from Don Revels, who adds Colorado Avalanche.
Yeah, and then you got Denver Broncos and Denver Nuggets, so they're split.
They are
on theirs.
Yeah.
Well, Charlotte's got the Hornets.
Everybody in the state can come watch hockey and baseball, but only Denver residents can watch football and basketball. So you're saying what now?
The Charlotte Hornets, but Carolina Panthers.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah.
I think
these two great franchises there.
Well, they keep saying at some point Charlotte's going to get professional sports. We're just waiting, right? They hadn't had professional sports in quite a while, or professional sports owners in quite a while. Jordan is a great basketball player.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a great owner.
Obviously not. I mean,
well, he's out now.
Yeah. Tepper. I don't know what he's great at other than making money.
Yeah.
But as a combo package, does Charlotte have the worst ownership?
It's hard to imagine worse
in the country. Jason says not just Arizona Cardinals, who we got from
the Diamondbacks.
Brian, but the Diamondbacks are also Arizona.
Yeah, who are the worst pro owners in the country? In the same.
Another neat one that's not the city or the state is Golden State Warriors.
Yeah. Yeah, and they've been that ever since I was a kid.
Yeah, that's
best I can remember.
That's a pretty neat name.
That Golden State.
Love that.
Yeah.
So long, Clay Thompson. Thanks for the memories.
Where'd he go?
Dallas.
Did he? Didn't even know that. So.
Yeah. Splash Brothers.
Yeah. Wonder how much did he get? Well, that's a team that was on the verge of winning a title. So,
I know.
If they don't lose anybody, but they add a quality shooter like that,
he can still shoot.
Maybe the missing piece.
Well, they lost a starter.
Did they?
Derek Jones Jr. Yeah.
Okay. The Capitol Bullets. That comes from Lenny. Showing my age. The Capitol Bullets. Both names are gone. So they're not the Capitol anymore. They're Washington, and they're not the Bullets anymore. They're the Wizards.
Yeah. That's right.
So I think I remember them being called the Capitol Bullets.
I've never even heard that.
But I definitely remember.
Was there ever a Baltimore Bullets?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought they were.
They weren't Washington Bullets, were
That's
they?
Right.
It was Baltimore.
Baltimore Bullets.
Yeah. Boy, did they have some hindsight in naming them. That's scary, isn't it? And sad, naming them the Bullets. That's a name that had to be done away with.
You got to get rid of that.
What about the Senators?
More so.
Did they do away with that one too?
Yeah.
How about the presidents?
The word has an equally bad connotation almost.
Yeah. The Senators were. Wonder why they did pick senator. All the things you could be. I guess it was shorter than House of Representatives.
Yeah.
But the Senators, they picked the name the Senators, and didn't they always have the Senators, like the most famous Senators in those costumes, running the right? Or
can anybody remember anybody that played for the old Washington Senators? Frank Howard, the home run hitter.
Well, Richard Smith, locally.
Oh yeah, Richard Smith.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking about the hockey team, not the baseball team.
Scott says, old days, the Colt 45s.
Wow, the Colt 45.
Now, I've heard that. Is that basketball? Or is it – I don't think it's football, but it might be baseball.
Baseball.
Which is it?
It's the Astros.
The Astros?
Whoa.
The Houston Colt 45s.
Houston Colt 45s.
Wow. Yeah. I do remember that. Colt 45s.
I like it. When I hear that, I hear Colt 45 malt lager. Remember that?
I think it was malt liquor.
Liquor, okay, whatever.
But
in 1964, it looks like when they moved to the Astrodome. Was the Astrodome built in 64?
Yeah, he says Houston baseball. Right. Houston baseball was the Colt 45s. That when the Astrodome was built, they considered it like one of the
eighth wonder of the world.
Yeah, the eighth wonder of the world.
Yeah.
And I don't even know what the first 7 are, but I guess Stonehenge.
Pyramids, Stonehenge. I mean, we can run down the list. What else?
I don't know. I don't know. I can't recall what they were. But I was trying to think of, is there a team that, out of all the teams, this is a pretty good topic here for our last 15 minutes or so. Of all the teams that have moved, changed names, done this, done that, which one would you like to see go back?
Redskins.
And be the name? Stay in Washington, obviously, right? And you'd like to keep the name Redskins. Jason's a fan as well.
That one's easy because it's the team I pull for.
Right, right. You know who mine is. I got one that just comes to me automatically. The Raiders belong in Oakland. You know.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean that one to me, that one hurts the most because it's a storied franchise with some championships. Yeah, they've had a long drought, but we'll see if Rodney agrees. I mean, they're in Vegas now. It's just not the same, the culture in.
How about the Braves go back to Milwaukee? I'd like to see that one.
Would you like to see a lot of people would disagree with you. There's a lot of people would disagree with you. Scott wants to see the Brooklyn Dodgers.
Nah.
So see, he's hitting on you. They'll be closer to you. They'll be closer. You might get.
Well, I don't want to see the New York Giants.
Yeah.
In baseball.
How many teams did New York have at that one time when all those were?
Well, the Mets weren't there yet.
Yeah, that's true. They came along in 68 or 69.
Link Pauly says the Ravens should be the Colts.
Yeah, because they're in Baltimore. I kind of agree with that. But then, what are you going to name the franchise that's in Indianapolis?
That's right. They got to be something.
The Ravens.
The Ravens are. I was thinking maybe something to do with Indy racing.
Yeah.
Because that's the most famous thing. Is the Indianapolis 500.
The 500s.
Yeah, the 500s. That would be awful.
Indy 500s.
I would hate somebody's name to be the 500s. Lenny says, Baltimore Bullets. I remember Earl the Pearl Monroe playing for them before his Nick days. So, the Baltimore Bullets did Lenny will be able to answer this. I know, didn't the big guy McAdoo play for them for a little while? Robert McAdoo played for the Baltimore Bullets for a while. I know he wound up playing in Buffalo. Which team moved to Buffalo and became weren't they the Buffalo Braves in the NBA?
Well, I think they ended up moving to L.A., right, and becoming the Clippers. Didn't the Clippers come from Buffalo? But I don't know where Buffalo, if that's what you're asking, where they came from.
Yeah. This is great. Ask and you shall receive. You're not going to believe what my next message comes from Rodney Willis. The first sentence is, the ancient wonders of the world were the Colossus of Rhodes Any idea? There's a Colossus of Rhodes right down here in Charlotte. This is RHODES, though. The Great Pyramid, of Giza. Yeah. The Hanging Gardens of Babylon. The statue of Zeus at Olympia. The Temple of Artemis at
now he's talking about the
Ephesus.
ancient wonders of the world.
The Mausoleum, and I don't even want to attempt saying this one, at Halicarnassus.
Mm-hmm.
Did I say that close? And the Lighthouse of Alexandria. Not the outhouse of Alexandria, but the lighthouse of Alexandria. So, yes, those are the ancient wonders of the world. Have you ever been to any of those?
No.
No, I haven't either.
You said Mount Olympus, right?
I think
that was the.
I think that was listed.
That was where the gods lived in Greek mythology, right?
He said Clippers came from. After all that stuff about the ancient wonders, Rodney says the Clippers came from San Diego.
Yeah, well, they were in Buffalo first. Then went to San Diego, then L.A.
Then to L.A. See, Lenny says that we're talking about McAdoo, was drafted by the Buffalo Braves, and they moved to California. So they became what?
Yeah, that was it, the Clippers.
Okay, the Clippers. Okay. Because we know there's no California that we can think of. Anyway. You know that NFL training camps are due to start
soon. Mm-hmm.
I think this coming week, maybe as early as Thursday. 4 teams, I think I heard, would be starting before the others. Don't know who they might be. Everybody loves football, and I think NFL is still king when it comes to viewers and keeping up with it and stuff like that. Is there anything that happened in the off season that you're going to keep an eye on? I mean, number one to me is, will Aaron Rodgers stay healthy?
Yeah, I saw the article about the Jets in the paper.
Yeah. I mean, that's just a question that nobody knows the answer to.
No, we don't.
Until time comes.
They did reinforce the offensive line for him, right?
I think so.
Based on the article.
Yep. And added a few other pieces that could, here's another one. As I'm scrolling here, here's another one. If he can if this guy can stay healthy, this team could go very deep. Well, once the NFL season gets here, Joe Burrow.
Yep.
Is he going to be another one of these guys that has an injury-plagued career and just don't get to see much of the football field? I was thinking about this the other day. Which division in the NFL could you see any of the 4 teams winning it? And that was the first one came to my mind, was the AFC North.
Yeah, that's because they're all pretty good.
They're all pretty even. Mm-hmm. Cleveland, Pittsburgh, the Ravens.
Yep.
The Ravens may be a touch better than the rest, but it don't always equal winning in the division. And then the Bengals, as long as this is one team that great chance to go all the way if Burrow's healthy. Mm-hmm. No chance to go anywhere.
He's done.
You might could say that about a lot of teams in their quarterback.
Which tells you how important the QB position is in the NFL.
Yeah.
It's everything.
Yeah. Brett, did we do your lyrics live?
Yeah.
Okay. Making sure we got those out there. Scott says McAdoo was the first player at UNC from a junior college. How times have changed.
I know.
Yeah, he was the first junior college player to move in and sign and play at Carolina. Lenny says the ABA had the San Diego. Anybody want to guess? Great name. I'll put it this way. It would fill up a shirt if you put their name on the front of your shirt. The ABA had the San Diego Conquistadors. Yeah.
Okay.
And the league disbanded. So the Braves moved to San Diego and became the Clippers, is what they did. The ABAs, I don't even remember the San Diego.
I don't either.
Conquistadors, but that is a great name. What is a conquistador?
I thought it was a conquistador.
Well, maybe it is. Maybe it is. Okay.
Well, I was going to guess that had something to do with the.
There was also a pop song.
With the Navy being in San Diego, but I'm not sure.
What'd you say, Mike?
There's also a pop song with either conquistador in the title or part of the lyrics. I can't remember. Am I right, Lenny?
Mm-hmm.
Who is that?
Did you call Lanny Lenny or Lenny Lanny?
Both. I called him both. So.
Is that by the Moody Blues?
Yes.
Hey!
Blues. That's it.
Yeah.
It says a conquistador is a person who is out to conquer new territory.
Yeah, like the old Spanish conquerors, right?
Yes, exactly. Oh, that sounds like a team in itself.
Spanish conquerors. Let's go with that.
I wanted to go back to the NFL just a minute. One person that could make a huge difference, with the Ravens, is Derrick Henry.
Oh yeah,
is now going to be running the ball in that.
Perfect for their system.
This guy seems to me like he's been in the NFL for 20 years.
Yeah,
at least. I know he hasn't. I don't know how many years he has been in there, but I remember when he was in high school in Florida. I do remember that, and what a rave it was. Where did he wind up going to play? Did he go to Alabama?
Yeah.
One of those Florida. They've just turned out so many really good football players in the state of Florida, but this one got away, got out of state, plays Alabama. But I just remember, and I got to mention this too real quick. A couple years ago, a good friend of ours, Damian Forney, was at a high school football game. Damian lives in Montgomery, right? Birmingham, yeah. One of the two. He lives in Birmingham now. And Damian sent me a message and said, I just saw somebody you're going to hear of in the future. I watched him play high school ball tonight, and his name is Kool-Aid McKinstry.
Yeah.
McKinstry.
Well, he was in the draft this year.
Wow.
And was he a first rounder?
I'm trying to find him.
Yeah. He was a first or second rounder in the draft.
Second round.
Yeah.
The Saints.
As a DB?
Yeah.
I think he played receiver and DB in high school when Damian saw him play.
The corner.
But that's a name you don't forget when you hear somebody named Kool-Aid. And I don't even think it was a nickname. I think his name was Kool-Aid McKinstry. And now he has been drafted.
That's a nickname.
And where is he?
Saints.
With the Saints.
Yeah.
Okay.
JaQuincy Kool-Aid McKinstry.
Kool-Aid's going to be playing on Bourbon Street.
I think JaQuincy McKinstry is a good name.
A catchy name. Names that rhyme for whatever reason. But yeah, I just remember him sending me that text. I've still got it. I'm sure somewhere that he sent me a text of watching this guy play and that he was the real deal. And he sure enough is. He's a second rounder.
McKinstry was nicknamed Kool-Aid by his grandmother as a baby because his smile reminded her of the Kool-Aid Man.
Oh, my goodness.
He signed an NIL deal with Kool-Aid as a freshman at Alabama.
How about that? There you go. Others to watch this year that you want to keep an eye on is Dak going to be paid before the season starts or not? It's starting to look like no.
Right.
They're going to hold out again. Is Jordan Love the real deal? He was the first year starting last year.
Yeah, that's a big question.
Man, he looked good. I mean, he looked good. So can he repeat and look that good again? A great quote I heard just a couple days ago, Aaron Rodgers walking off the practice field was asked something about the great receiver he played with, Devontae Adams, and did you see what Rodgers' remarks were? I love the guy. I can't wait to play with him again.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Does he know something we don't?
Well, but here's a good question for me in Atlanta. Who will start? The Washington top draft pick, or
what was his name?
Michael
Penix.
Yeah, Penix or
Cousins. Right.
They didn't get Cousins as a veteran to sit on the bench. They're not paying Cousins that kind of money to sit on the bench, Mike. He's starting. I believe I can answer that one pretty easy.
But could Penix take over the starting role during the season? Probably
yes, not. With a broken leg too.
Yeah. So it's going to take something catastrophic.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
His grandmother gave the name because he always smiled and liked Kool-Aid. That comes from Rodney Willis. Lenny says the only JUCO player that Dean Smith ever had, never recruited anymore, and he's talking about McAdoo on that one as well. Our time has run out. We appreciate you tuning in. Don't forget state tournament next week in Cherryville.
Oh, yeah.
10 a.m. on Saturday morning, right when we go off next week. The state tournament will be cranking up. Thanks for tuning in. Glad you were here. For Brett and Mike, I'm David. See you next week.